Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about gifts that don't seem like gifts. We're going to talk about Congress attempting to rein in President Joe Biden. If you don't know, legislation is coming up that is designed to limit Biden's ability to respond to situations like those that have recently occurred. The goal of the legislation will be to yank the authorization for the use of military force. This has been a cornerstone of how we have dealt with things in the Middle East for a while. It hasn't been incredibly effective. If this happens, Biden can't just respond anymore. He has to go to Congress and ask permission. This is intended as a slap on Biden's hand. That thing you just did, don't do it again. In fact, we're going to make it so you can't. You have to come ask us. That seems like a bad thing for Biden. And it's intended to be. It's punishment for what he did. It is a gift. It is a gift for the Biden administration. Go back to the videos where we talk about Biden's foreign policy goals, what he wants to achieve in the Middle East, how he has to deal with Iran, and what his biggest stumbling block is. He can't appear weak. Not in the Middle East, and not at home, politically. So he has to respond to every provocation. Otherwise, that's how he's going to look. Unless, of course, Congress yanks his authorization to do so. If they pull that from him, well, he's not weak. Congress tied his hands because they were so scared of what he was going to do. Hold me back, boys. He looks like the wildest cowboy we have had in a long time. This authorization stayed through Trump, Obama, Bush, but Biden, oh no. No. We had to yank it for him. The message it sends is that he was ready to rain fire on Tehran. He walks out the other side of this punishment in the exact position he needs to be in to achieve his aims, to achieve his foreign policy goals. You can't look weak. If Congress was so worried about what you were going to do, they pulled the blanket authorization that's been there for decades. It's perfect. It is perfect. If you are a partisan Democrat, I understand this may bother you because you have Republicans and Democrats coming together to punish a Democratic president. You should support this because your president walks out the other side of this in the perfect position to achieve what he wants. If you're a Republican, you want to support the troops. You want to end the forever wars. You want to bring people home. This is a step in that direction. And you make Biden look bad for a month or two. If you are somebody who actually cares about doing the right thing, this is definitely the right thing to do. It doesn't matter where you stand on the political spectrum in the U.S. This is a good thing. The U.S. emerges from the other side of this in a stronger position. In a position where it can lead again, rather than react. Doesn't have to respond to everything. Doesn't have to immediately resort to violence. It can lead again. And guess what? If Congress does this, limits his authorization, and President Biden actually listens, hey, the rule of law is back as well. America is back, baby. It doesn't matter where you sit. Yanking the authorization for the use of military force is a good thing. It's a good thing for the country as a whole. The only group of people this is bad for is defense contractors. Everybody else makes out. Here and over there. Because if this occurs, there's no reason for Iran to posture anymore either. Because to them, they can paint it to their citizens as Well, Biden didn't respond. We got the last lick in. It sets the stage to achieve his aims. It's almost perfect. So perfect, in fact, there are people already suggesting that it's all political theater, like it was planned to create this effect. Don't do that. Don't become the Trump is playing 4D chess people. Okay, this is an organic chain of events. The people who introduced this legislation, they have introduced similar measures in the past. It is an organic chain of events that just perfectly lines up for what Joe Biden wants. The president emerges from the other side of this, stars aligned, appearing to be the wild cowboy that Congress had to rein in. He won't be accused of being weak. And it puts him in a position to actually start the process of us for real getting out by the foreign policy definition, not by anyone. So please, wherever you stand, support this. There is no downside to it. If something happens, I know, because there are people who think that everybody over there just doesn't like us and it's all their fault. If something does happen, the president will always have the ability to respond. He just can't behave in the way that he did. It limits it. It doesn't eliminate his ability to respond. But if you're the Biden administration, if it's me, I would pitch a fit. I would complain about this and continue to send that message that I want the ability to respond. Congress is stopping me. Hold me back, boys. I wouldn't do it too hard because I want it to get through, because I want this image if I'm Biden. But anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.